Today, I have a story about our OP's first job, her first paycheck, and how her entitled parents are trying to control her hard-earned money. Let's see how she's handling this tricky situation. From r/entitled parents. Parents want my entire paycheck. Okay, so I, 16F, just got my first job like a month ago. Last week, I got my first ever paycheck, which was really exciting. Now, one of the main reasons I got a job was so I could cover some of my own non-essential expenses: clothes, stuff for hobbies, room decor, some food. Since my mother, 52, is a stay-at-home mother, always has been, and I didn't want to be a burden for my father, 56. Before I even got my first paycheck, I had budgeted exactly how much I wanted to spend and what I wanted to spend it on, since I didn't want to blow it all. My plan was to save at least half and spend what I didn't save. I'll admit, I did spoil myself a bit, got some new clothes, a new sewing machine, and I'm gonna have my nails done. All of this was only like approximately $180 out of $500. But I also gave a portion to the church, as per my mother's request. I plan to put the rest of this in savings and not touch it. My mother is terrible with money. Like, blow through $800 in one day type of terrible. She's also always asking someone in my family for money, like my dad or my siblings, 22M and 21F. And usually they give it to her, but my sister's rent has gone up and her work hours have been cut, so she doesn't have money to give out like she used to. And my brother isn't working because he's only home for the summer. My father also has some new expenses to pay, so basically, nobody has handouts for her anymore. So she decided to come to me. Since I first received my paycheck, she's been acting kind of weird. Like when I got it, she wouldn't leave me alone until I told her how much it was, even though I wasn't comfortable sharing that information with anyone. And then she started talking about how, in her culture, I'm a first-gen American. The entirety of a child's first paycheck is given to the parents as an offering and a way to show thanks for raising them. I told her that it's a good thing I wasn't born where she was, so I don't have to do that. And I thought she would stop. But then she brought up how it's been so long since she got a pedicure. It's been literally 3 weeks. I said okay, and then she asked me if I would pay for it. I gave her $30, how much our regular nail salon charges for pedicures, and she got upset and said it wasn't enough. I told her that I didn't have any more to spare, and she said I was being greedy. Okay, whatever. Then we went grocery shopping, which she paid for, as usual, with my brother's electronic benefit transfer card. I got a few snacks/ingredients and my food came up to like $27, which isn't bad since I share my snacks with my siblings and I cook for them too. But then my mother starts complaining like, if you're gonna eat all that, then you're gonna have to start paying for it too. It's rude to try and bankrupt your brother. I was upset that she was making comments on my eating habits. She's always making comments about my body, and also frustrated that she was trying to milk more money out of me. So I just told her to put all my snacks and stuff down, and that I didn't need them really anyway. She got even more upset and said I was making a scene and being spoiled, but I just ignored her. The thing is though, it's not just her. My father is acting like this too. First, I took a shower. I do take kind of long showers, like usually 30-ish minutes, but this was never a problem until now. He literally stormed into the bathroom, like he actually slammed the door open. Super uncomfortable for me, but whatever, and told me that if I was gonna be wasting his water, then I was gonna have to start pitching in for the water bill. And he was serious, so now I don't shower when he's home to avoid conflicts like this. And then he told me to give him $50 to send to his family back home. I asked if he would pay me back, and he said he shouldn't have to, since he's never asked me to pay him back for raising me. Basically, I don't know, maybe I'm actually just being too stingy. They're not wrong that they never asked me to pay them back for raising me, so maybe I do owe it to them. But also like, I really don't make that much, and I think I should be allowed to spend my money how I want to. I'm literally going into my senior year, which is so expensive already, and I don't want to spend all my money in the case of an emergency. I just really want to save, and they're not letting me do that. But I don't know if they're entitled, or maybe I am. Sorry if this is too long. Edit. I took a break from this post because I was overwhelmed by all the advice. But thanks everyone for reading, and mostly being patient and helpful. To respond to a couple things I keep seeing / clearing things up. 1. Sorry for taking 30-minute showers. 2. Sorry that it's a tough pill for me to swallow that a bunch of strangers on the internet are calling my parents abusive. I'm not saying anyone's wrong or right, and I seriously appreciate that you're all trying to help, but I'm not refusing solutions or it's just a lot to handle by myself. 3. I'm kind of against talking to a trusted adult about all this, but it's not willful ignorance or anything. I don't have any close family, so the only options would be a therapist or a school counselor. I can't see a therapist because my mother is anti-therapy, and talking to a school counselor is risky because she's required to tell CPs, and a case like that would put my mother at a pretty high risk of deportation. It's pretty personal, and I don't want into it. But there's that. 4. I know it sounds like I'm being forced, but I am seriously a practicing Christian, and I enjoy giving to the church. I never minded giving to the church. It was just that the amount I was expected to give, 10% of my pay, was a lot considering what I was earning. Thanks again.